What is happening, everybody? Right. Let me just do a quick check real quick. Well, just a second. I'll go ahead and explain. I'm going to do a few live series this summer and probably about an hour or so each. Probably I'm going to try to fit in about 4 before the end of the summer, uh, live and liquefied. I appreciate everybody being here. And let me check one thing. Live and we're good. Let's just say hey to a few people. Valdis, what's happening, man? Good to see you. J. Carl, Kairos, Beast, what's happening? What's happening? Fervent Heat, Dean, what's up, man? He's suffering the same heat that I am. We're in Alabama. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna today. I'm gonna show some older stuff from myself, and then also some stuff from Adam. I showed some of his stuff. I believe it was on a live with Kairos, and but he has shared some more pictures. Know a little bit of the area where it's at, and just incredible stuff, and just go into some other things on a Monday night. And like I said before, I'm going to try to shoot out more of these this summer. Not necessarily any videos. It's too hot and it rains every day as far as me getting out there. But thanks for being here, guys. Be right back. Just wanted a quick breather. I love sunflowers. They're so cool. Some of my sunflowers in the garden. But I am going to try to go quickly as possible. And any questions or anything in the chat, but I'm really just going back to really some basics. And there's every now and then people ask, what's your channel about? And it's about a melted event, but I don't really know how else to explain it really, but I'm just going to shoot through some pictures and just some common sense stuff really. And then we'll get into Adam's pictures. We'll do some stuff like this real quick so I can see the chat. Got 2 screens working this time. So let me do something real quick too. Okay, let's start this. So there's the question, okay, it wasn't built like this. And I know a lot of you here, you know this stuff, but I want to explain my channel. And it's a melted circuit board that we lived on. And really the remnants of the destruction, right? We built or a whole nother civilization, right? We taken the limestone and the rock and all the ruins, and built in the clay and all that kind of stuff, and built on top of this huge place, this circuit board that got fried. And then it changed, the brick structures changed into this, because number one, you're just not going to build like that. I mean, it stuff here, like when they call for erosion, how does it erode like this here, but not on the other brick structures? And this is all brick. You could just see it got fried and hammered everywhere, and the lines, but it's erosion's not going to just cause one section of a structure or place or anything, or you can call it rock. It's fake geology is what it is. Fakeology. Just like this up here. It's brick turned to rock. And this is what my channel is about. This is why I started doing boots on the ground 4 years ago, or 5 actually, but I think the channel now is about 4 years old. But here, the cobblestone, it's not, that's what they call it, but it was all brick structure, and it changed to this. And you can actually see it. This is just melting in right here. These are just a few examples, if you're new, what I'm talking about and what a lot of people are talking about, especially that's in the chat right now. But here we go again with the brick. You can see bricks all in this, the facading, the huge archways, and they changed to this. There's no logical reason why someone would build like that unless it was a piece of art, like just, on a small scale. Yeah, and these are just random pictures. I didn't label them or anything. The rest of them tonight, I'll pretty much know where they came from. But this stuff, I mean, you're just not going to do it. It's weird how, yeah, I'm 50 years old. I pass by kind of this stuff all the time. You don't even see it back then. It wasn't even there, really. It was the first place I went to. Passed by it for 20 years, or a little less. And then when I saw it, it just, I can't believe it. It's like, how do you miss it? It's total destruction everywhere. Yeah, there are crazy pics. These are just random, like I said, man. It's just the event was crazy. Nobody really knows exactly how. Say vibrations, electrical heat, plasma. Who knows? All the above. And they treat us like kids and tell us this is carved. I mean, there's no logic in any of it, right? It's stupid. And you see the bricks left over. Nobody carved any of this. The melting is just in your face. Geology is so far from natural. It's crazy. And examples like this is structure. I've seen the same kind of thing in parks and trails. This 90 degrees cooked from under here. And this could have been archways, or it could have been straight up, and it's just bending over from the intense heat. That's all it is. You can say it came from below or above, but it looks like it's still to this day mostly from below. Bricks, little pieces of brick everywhere. Not built like this. Yeah, one would definitely be enough. And there were probably other things that happened after the frying effect, the melting of the circuit board. But I mean, how many times can you do that? Because everything looks the same everywhere. And the internals all blocked up, all the bricks and stuff, and the facading on the outside, but it all blocked up. This one block is probably, I don't know, 10 bricks, 20 bricks. They all like popcorn, but sometimes, it's an explosion on some things and not on others. But this is not erosion or wars. So just kind of want to get that out of the way as far as what my channel is based upon. And let me remove this. Yeah, Dean, I mean, it's kind of hard to have sanity after you look at all this, or it makes you kind of relax. It could go either way. I'll tell you one thing it does for me. It was already not watching anything or anymore, period. And now it's like I have a TV, but I don't use it. And it's another reason why I wanted to do a few of these the rest of the summer. Because, I mean, if anybody's like me, which I know probably most people in the chat and watch these lives or videos, they don't watch any mainstream, period. It's just ridiculous. The lies and the fakery is happening with it. Yeah. They certainly did a bamboozle on us, didn't they? All right, so I'm going to get to just bear with me. I gotta find something. All right, so the next pictures are from this channel, Adam's channel, Australian History Seeker, and I showed the video, I believe, like I said, with Kairos. It's this video here, but he has some other pictures in the area that I want to go over because, I mean, they're just crazy good. And then where he was saying where this was at, where he was searching, and somewhere between the Yango National Park and Olonomi, you say somewhere around here, but it's on, I think it's all on one mountain. These 2 or 3 different sites he was going to, but this is the general vicinity of where these pictures are at. And we're going to start with, where to go? This one is one of my favorites here. So for the rest of the stuff I'm showing, it's going to be his stuff, and then I'll get into some of mine, just comparing it. And it's all supposed to be millions of years old. It's just total horseshit. But this right here it's all you need to see. Look at the impressions of the brick that still are left over. And it's the same part of this millions of years old. I don't, who knows I mean, this is in the middle of the bush, so in Australia, and who knows if they even have any kind of narrative on it, but probably not. But I've seen, and there's so much of this stuff in Australia that it looks just like where I'm at too, all over America, really. But you could say all over the world, but the they relate big time to each other, the U.S. and Australia. But this is just a banger of a shot right here for me. You can see the man-made in supposed fake geology. Let's see. And so I've shown some of these before, but they're so captivating to me. You have this, which you would think is geology, millions of years old, and this structure, obvious structure. And this is what, it's not even that big of an opening right here. It looks like it goes down here. He probably had to crawl up in here. But if this was all closed off, you would never even see him of this. And nobody came in here and put these, whatever you want to call them, in here. It's precision blocks, bricked up, or they blocked up most likely, but you can see the heat here, the melting, the dripping in the back here. Closer shot, and this half circle here, the whole thing was structure. Got obliterated in a meltdown, even in Australia. It's literally everywhere. Huge stones, blocks. And you can see the brick impressions back here. Right there, right in your face. You can even make out some on the sides of the blocks, kind of going this way. You can see the impressions of it. Another shot there. You can see it go through, curve down. All this is melting over, almost covering all this where you would just think it was natural mountain if it continued to melt. This is just where it stopped. Man-made structure, flat. Look at this. And here they claim it was underwater 300 million years ago or whatever, and then it just looks like that now. They might have some kind of theory on the mountains over there that it was underwater 5 trillion years ago, whatever. They say that's just stupid. But this is one of the most incredible sights I've seen. I mean, I think it's like top 10 in my book. Boots on the ground. Here's the red. You can see the lines in the brick left over. Barely, right there. Goes through over there. It's all structure. What's your opinion on what's inside these structures? Any internal rooms, furniture, etc. Yeah, I think all these, like even if it's solid rock, okay, what we're looking at here, it was almost solid rock. Didn't quite come over, but piping, irrigation. I mean, furniture, whatever you want to say. Trees, plants. who knows what this place looked like? It obviously was crazy looking. The whole realm was basically buildings, and that leads back to what is actually natural. Because if this place was a huge circuit board with just buildings everywhere, irrigation, metals, the piping, and all that kind of stuff, um, there was obvious trees and stuff like that. So consider that natural, but it's all we're all electric. Everything's electric. So what's natural? I mean, um, just more. Yeah, I don't know. I can touch them and feel them, but I mean, that really doesn't mean anything. It's this whole thing of projections. I mean, there's so many things that goes with meltology. It starts right here. It starts right here. It makes everything total bullshit, basically. Just huge blocks in the middle of this huge mountain boulder at this part. It's inside of it. Nothing natural about this. This is just nutty right here. But it's not. Just melted. Here's that piping looking half pipe, whatever that was right there. It goes back to the fossilization, to fossilize this, fossilize that. It just got caught in the melt, and they twist it all. You could see a shell, or they call it a shell, and they're like, oh, well, this was a beach at one time, or you don't know what that shell was, but it looked like. It could be art. It could be anything. Fossils are just this huge lie. I mean, modern geology has not been out. I can't remember the guy's name, the father of geology. It was like 1720 something to the end of I think he died in like 1790, whatever. But they say that's where really modern geology came from. And that's just 300 years ago or whatever. It's just this place is a lot older. I mean, it looks like. I mean, you could go with anything. You could go biblical. You could go Big Bang, whatever you want to do. I mean, this place is old, and they just started making all this stuff up. So that's for me personally. That's why I think this heat event, at least that event, happened around that time, maybe a little bit before. And you don't even know if those people are real when they show you these paintings, or it could be a painting of somebody and they just put a name on it and tell you it's whatever, and it's geology. Millions of years to cause these blocks right here. This is an insane pic too. This wavy under here, you can just see it melting in the event somewhat. Envision it in your eyes, in your mind. And question geology in school was a part of the geography study. I never questioned it. I hated geology. Nobody questioned it when I was in school. You're just given the book and then you take tests. I did not do I mean, I was C's in geology and history because I hated it. It's so boring. History, geology, what they teach us is the most boring crap ever. Why isn't this clicking? All right. And these are from a different area that Adam took. You can say so many things about these pictures. It's just incredible. And you're getting the straight lines, obviously, the cooked material. This could have been a wall straight up. This whole thing is all swirling around. Possible archway, window here. And then this, it got heated enough, say level 1 to 5, right? And then this is like a level 4.5 until it's just sand, or turned to sand. I'll just tell you, it's another, however many hundreds or millions of years old it took to change to sand, but it didn't. They don't have any. That's what I want to know. Where is that entity, person, he, she, whatever? I just, where are they? Who pulled the plug? It's like I think sometimes be just like the Truman Show. Somebody or a few, whatever, just laughing their ass off and looking down or wherever from a room and laughing at everybody for believing really anything. It's just everything's based off of belief system. But this is crazy. Could have been around, maybe piping, all structure. Another shot of that. Do want to ask, is everybody hear me okay? I got a fan running. I don't know if it's affecting anything. Just give me it's all good, or that you can hear the fan in the background. Thanks, Heidi. All right, good. I don't want that either. What's going on here? All right. Okay, so I'm going to go straight into, those were all his picks in Australia. I'm going to go, tell you what, this is, 1 second, guys. My lovely wife. All right. She's good and we're good. All right. What was I doing now? Oh, yeah. All right, good. It is hot in here. Not as hot as it was that last week? Golly, man, that was insane. All right, so this is a video. I actually showed this little clip. It's just some places for the millions of years old thing that I've been to. Just a few clips. I believe I showed it on Chris's World Exploration and with Kairos too, but I think that's the only place I had it. So I'm just giving reference. There's just quick clips in here and climbing, and then of course, I've covered this, but a dome right there, but it's all melted structure, intermingled with other things. Yeah, I definitely have to keep her happy. She is something else. She's great. I mean, if you're going to put up with me, I mean, you can put up with anything, right? All this craziness I started talking about 5-6 years ago to her. Just stuff like this, it's brick was changed. Let's see. Again, the remnants of an old world that was destroyed. And they teach us we can't reach it. It's millions of years old. We can't see it. It's just here. Just believe it. And you can believe that are blocks. That's not in this actual place. They say was 600 million years old under the water, all that jazz. But look, blocks, and the top has melted. So yeah, so more obvious structure that is tilted over, change the state of matter, just like that flat piece right there. Structure lines. Continue on down. All at the bottom of the ocean. So they say. Shown this many times, but you can almost, anybody anywhere could almost see that's a brick, no matter what you think or if you even heard about meltology or a melted cataclysm. That is brick, or was. Um, if there was a brick sticking out of this stuff, it would have been removed a long time ago. So, because then they really couldn't explain that, but it still happens. I see it everywhere. They don't remove it, but I mean, the things they say, it's just so laughable. That's a cathedral to me, what they call a cathedral. Yeah, just comparing the stuff in Australia and what I've seen and how stupid the narratives are. And I'll quickly, well, before I do that. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. As always, if you weren't here at the beginning, I'm going to try to do these at least maybe once every 2 weeks till the end of the summer. So maybe 4, 5 more of these. Probably try to have a guest or two during that time. I do like talking to someone. So I just run in my mouth, but I do like running my mouth about this stuff. Just to get it off. You have to get it off your chest, You you can't go around in everyday life just talking about this stuff. It's really wouldn't work out good for you. And you can't preach it, right? You don't need to do that either. So, He has led me to this community, and I'll always be grateful. I mean, I appreciate it. Um, I mean, it really. That's why I keep doing this. I'll see comments that I don't notice who they are or whatever. As far as the name of the person commented or whatever, and it just really it's uplifting to hear, and say they describe a certain thing that went on in their life or whatever, or yeah, came to my videos or someone else's videos, but I mean, I love it. It is something I wish I could do all the time. Um, but then again, you get so, it's not like I get bored with it. I want something better, right? As far as showing something, not better than anybody else or anything. It's just, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I've seen that. But really, just in this channel, I mean, there's been so many more subscribers. Just in, I think so this channel is 4 years old. 4 years old. And after a couple of years, I had a little over 2,000. It might have been like 2.5 years, 2,000 subscribers. And then it took off as far as this, what a small channel this is. But, and so I kind of want to go back sometimes, just for the people that are just coming into this. And there's so many into Facebook groups, into other people's channels. And then I catch a channel that's all of a sudden they just started a month ago. They have like 50 or 25 subs or something, and they're posting melted brick stuff, meltology, brickology, whatever you want to call it, in other countries. Like I'll watch some, and that might be one. And I don't understand what they're saying, but I don't care. It's all about what they're videoing. OG USS Mythology, yeah, yeah. I guess I was on that boat, maybe. Yeah, it's cool. It is a lot to put together. It's the easiest thing to see, like by far, right? But there's so much to it, really, and we're putting pieces together, but it's going to take some time, and from everybody, from whatever people are doing, researching. So I tell you, in the last 2 years, it's caught on big time. And I've said this before, just I can see with people around me, and I think that's mainly because of what this whole fakery shit show is: government, school system. It's all TV. It's just such a circus show. It's just waking people up and like, well, what are you talking about this melted buildings? And then they'll listen, or they like, that makes sense because everything else is just crap. So while I'm running my mouth, I'll back. Let's see. Just go through a few of these pictures of mine. It's like 15, so maybe 20. Try to bring this over here. Just prime example, 600, 300. These are from the 1850s. That's what they say on all of this. It's the same thing. Bottom line. This is a shot. I don't think I've ever even shown it. I just saw it in my computer. It's probably from like 3 or 4 years ago, but it's just, I don't know where it was at. It's Alabama somewhere. And it's just on the side of the road in the neighborhood or something. And you can even see in this mess here, the pieces of brick that are in this cooked out blob. And you can even forget about these bricks, but I think it's all the same. It just got destroyed this way, and it gets a little fuzzy, but you can see it in that also. There's a red brick there, but this is the best stuff to me because it's got the pieces of the brick in it. So why did that happen? And the millions of years old archway. I think they claim this one was like 50 million years old. But you can right angles, melting down and over the structure. Not going to get past, they're not going to fake us anymore. They're not going to feed us any of this BS because it's obvious. 90 degrees, blocks, lines, supposedly 300 million years old, bottom of the ocean. But somehow it creates these straight walls, lines. Yeah. Even if they wake you up, put you to sleep again. Yeah, that's I agree with that. Who knows how they're going to do it, but just like they did before, I guess. More here. Blocks. It's all supposed to be geology right here. Yeah, you can literally find it everywhere, obviously. And you see stuff like this. You know, this is in the middle of nowhere, and why would even somebody try to do that? That's treacherous. And I'm not saying that couldn't have been built, but it just makes no sense. Here, where is that shot? Yeah, here's the other side of it. I mean, it doesn't even make sense the way it's supposedly built. And there's no narrative, I don't think, on this, except maybe the Indians built it. They say it's just in the middle of this valley, and I just spotted it. It's obvious that you can't get to it good. And the water was low, even though the river still went through here. But I mean, it does look weird too, but I like that shot. And this one was, this is on my property actually. It's pretty big boulder, but you can see the lines, the mortar lines. It's all in the boulder. You just have to look at it. You know, there's 90-degree angles. What, nobody thought about that. It's like, it just happened that way, which is a ridiculous thing to say. And just walking, this is another spot. It's supposed to be millions of years old, and then this is just there on the trail. I mean, where did that come from? Nobody just put this big slab of rock here, and it's got the supposed boreholes. But I go back to it's just brick lines that didn't melt. Yes, they do bore stuff, but that's not the case in that. And it's huge. This is Alabama. The thing is massive, and it's flat on top. It's a bridge. That's why they call it natural bridge. They can't name it anything else because it looks just like a freaking bridge. I mean, it's structured. But this is about, what do they put on this? I don't know how many millions of years old they put on this, but the whole area of structure. This is just half of it. And you can see my kids down here how massive this thing is. I do remember a guy passed me that day, him and his wife, whatever, and he's just looking at it, and he just immediately was like, "That's natural," but he didn't know where to go with it, and I just didn't. I didn't have time to get into it with him at the time. So, and the structure here, it's twisting, melting from the heat. All this on side, total destruction. And this is the same place where that natural supposed archway or bridge was. Bricks. You can see the bricks still left over. Here's the lines. It's just quite amazing when you go out and look. You at least halfway know, okay, it's not natural. It's man-made structure. You can tell that in an instant with 90% of the stuff that's out there. These huge blocks, this is the same area. Then they'll tell you in certain areas, whatever, that water did this. And it just hung a hard 90-degree left. Water is something else. Back a few million years ago. This is insanity that we're taught. Get over here real quick. Hey, Chassis. Appreciate you dropping by. Just going over some older stuff, really, and how geology is just fake. Yeah, why is my clicker not working? I have to do this. Scott. Okay. Yeah, sorry if I hadn't. I'm just going through the chat a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'll get back to y'all in just a second. Almost finished. Yeah, I am finished those. I like this picture right here. This was off of a weather site I saw. It's in Alabama somewhere. I can't remember where this is at. I think it's one of two things. Okay, it's somebody in the garage doing this with frequency and saying this to the government and everybody, or it's vice versa. That's another thing you don't. And this one actually was in Mobile recently. This was another local weather site that posts pictures. And I actually took a picture that looked just like this a few years ago in my backyard. But this is probably what's doing this, making this effect along with other things. But, what's natural? None of this right here is natural. That is frequency and all the other things combined. You can see the straight lines. I mean, I don't call that natural. I mean, I don't, and what is weather really? What is it supposed to do without them messing with it? I don't know. I think more of a like if you're in a container, right, and then it just mists. Um, they no matter what, they heavily alter it, whatever that is. I mean, if you're in this, if you're what's going on over here, if you're in or watch my channel, I mean, I think everybody kind of knows that, but anything they call natural is just red flag. Yeah, they do. I mean, it's all about the paycheck. I mean, that's it. You can pay anybody to say anything or keep doing whatever. And it's the fact that, I mean, most of them, they wouldn't even give you the time of day, or even if they started watching my channel or some other channel, they just turn it off. They were like, well, what a nut job. Yeah, they're so programmed for 20 something years through indoctrinated school. You can't look past that. I mean, there's a bunch of us that did, because I went through the higher learning education also, which is just a repeat of high school, or the elementary on up through high school, and then they just repeat it again. That's why people have a hard time, I think, because they think that everybody's like in on it or something. Or all these people are in on this, and it's like, we don't know who's in on it. I mean, Rockefellers, that's a good start, but as far as all the lies that they teach us, but you have to just have some common sense on everything. And it is crazy that I mean, it's nobody's fault except for the ones that put the programming in to do this. And your billionaires and all that, and their kids or whatever, and they're just grown up into it. They're not in any kind of reality anyway, and plus they're just not good people, obviously. But it doesn't matter. You have to have some conscience and common sense, period. Even though if you're raised in it, I mean, we're all raised in school, right? And we've gotten away from that. So none of those people, or I'm talking about all the, people on TV, none of them are any good. Let's see here. I found a video. It's from like almost 4 years ago. I had it jacked up. It was upside down, sideways, whatever. And it's just the same place I've shown before. But it's in Gaston, Alabama. It's just 3 minutes. Yeah, I'll just show it. How about that? Your lettering, stamp. More here. It's steep, so careful with it. All right. All this red brick. You have some with the stamp. You can see the stamp through here. This looks like a concrete over it, molding, but look at this brick. It's just totally melted. It's hammered. Why are there perfect ones and halfway damaged and cooked and black and in every color? Okay, what's going on down there? What's going on right there? It's just melted. Be able to see a design here. There. Cooked. Yeah, why is this all intermingled? All this melting looking stuff. There's a whole structure just melted. Why do you have that big boulder right there? There's nothing else over here. It's just another road. This is just pushed against what they call ground. Goes down about 20 feet or 30. Huge, just huge wall. All different. You got brick here and just melted stuff. It's only a thin layer. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I just wanted to stop it here because it's so obvious just with a little piece like that. If all that was gone, the redness, it would just be rock. So this kind of evidence is everywhere. Just the outer covering, barely left over. When this would be gone, it would just be what they call rock. It wasn't made like that. That's not. Hey, look at this. A huge cataclysm happened. Huge meltdown. See, it affected all of it differently. Yeah, especially so I've been trying to debunk this meltology since the first day I went out. That's the point. You try to discredit what you're seeing or think you're seeing or whatever. So when I find a video like this deep in my laptop, I haven't seen in 4 years or whatever, I don't really like listening to myself. I've had to now, obviously, when I have this channel, but there's nothing I don't think I said in there that I wouldn't say today. It's the same once you're seeing this kind of stuff. And that place has a 18 something. I have it's what is that? I don't even know my own name. The video's name. Theory of brick changing to rock. Okay, I put it out like 8 months ago. Anyway, it's that specific place, and it was a supposed furnace, of course, but it's actually massive. Just what part that's left, and but when you're seeing it, especially when you're there, and it's just all different things. It's like they're at a garage sale and have rocks and blocks and bricks and just throw it all together and then melt some of it. It's just insane as far as you know, everywhere that they say that there was a furnace or whatever kind of work going on. I'm not saying that stuff couldn't have been going on. It was either still half working, the place, or they just refurbished some of it and did something else in the place. It could have turned it into a cotton factory or whatever factory. But they confuse you. They confuse you with my great grandfather worked there, or built, helped built it. But first of all, they might have just put some bricks on top of other ruins. Is all they're doing. Well, what's the foundation of everything? Where'd that come from? Why does that look like that? Um, hate to harp on the weather guy in North Carolina. So I just caught the hate to harp. That was a good pun there. Man, and these weather guys, and the local one here, like he's the biggest in Alabama. He's in Birmingham. He posts all this stuff. My wife keeps telling me, don't follow him. And the only reason I follow him is because I just want to see what's going on as far as the area and trees down or whatever. And he reams people and just specifically puts posts up about how insane people are about thinking on HARP or the ball and then in the next sentence he's like, oh well, this just happened, the radar or something was off in the sky, we have to wait till NASA gives us information on it. I'm like, well, no, that's insane. Wait on who? Well, just have some common sense, number one. But, and I'm not saying all weather guys do, but this guy, it's just totally, he just makes fun of people, even questioning it. And then there's a lot that do. I love reading. That's why I follow him too. I'd say 25 to 40% of the people when certain things he posts, or there's pictures of the sky or rainbows, or and then he posts the CGI ball, and there is way more people making fun of it, or not even that, or just saying, hey, why don't you look at this, or why don't you look at these government files or whatever, what they tell you, no matter if it's true or not, patents, they got 100, just America, 100 and something or 200 patents on the weather. It's there. Or is the government lying? Well, yes, they lie all the time, but they have these patents. But I don't know, man. Like these, I'm just picking on some weather people right now. They got a paycheck, right? They're not gonna start saying that stuff most of the time. Really, any of the time. But I don't want to ramp on that. But it kills me when these people are talking about chemtrails or whatever, and then the weather person makes fun of it, and then somebody makes a comment that was like, well, Florida just made a law that you can't spray the sky. Like, why would you even make a law like that? Like, it's not going to do anything. But they made a law and signed it. I can't even believe they did that. But there's actually other states that have done that. But it's all a corrupt system, and it doesn't even matter. But it's funny they just pick and choose, basically. I don't know. Yeah, it is suspect. It's all suspect. And the main radars that all the news station use are military. It all comes from military. I'm pretty sure on that. It comes from the government. Okay, so it's just passed down, and there's different ones, but it's all controlled. So yeah, yeah. How much can we pay for a sunny day and a little bit cooler? I swear it's rained here like every day for 2 months. Yeah, the sun comes out and stuff, but it hasn't rained today yet. But it's every day. It's kind of unusual. It hadn't really done that in past years, but here, They do know it. I think that's why everything's getting more stupid. It's the Saturday Night Live constantly. If you turn on the TV, it's the most ridiculous things that you've ever heard that they make no sense. And I won't even get into all that politics and then the dumb Iran thing, and it's just nonsense. And that's the thing; nobody can see any of it. They just say a few words, and they might fire a rocket up. It's like a firework, and say whatever, and everybody's like, "Oh, World War III." No, thanks, Heidi. Yeah, sedimentary melted brick layers. Um, so anyway, I did want to keep these right at an hour or so, and I think that's where we're at right now. And if you weren't here in the beginning, I'm going to try to do about 4 more of these before the end of August, maybe with somebody or just running my mouth. But I really wanted to show those pictures from Adam. And here, let me show you this channel again where I got these from. So in the middle of the show, those pictures, Australian history seeker. He's in the middle of the bush, basically. Got a lot of Australian mates over there that have seemed quicker and more smart than over here in America. We caught up pretty quickly, but anyway, thank you, Adam, for those pictures. And so anyway, yeah, just wanted to come on here shortly, and I really do appreciate everybody being here, and share and like everybody's stuff if possible. Who knows if it makes a difference, but comments, comment if y'all want to see anything, a certain location, whatever that maybe I've done before or haven't, just comment it in any video. And but it is great. It seems you can call it a community, or the people that at least that come in and comment in my videos and stuff. And I've seen it in other channels, but it's nice. And it wasn't like that 3-4 years ago at all. And I think that's why I can tell that everything's changing as far as people's mindsets, and they're kind of throwing out the stupid card now and actually thinking for themselves. And it takes all of us. There needs so many more people. It's what I first said in my first video on here. I'm like, I want to see this everywhere, not my stuff, just people. Like I wouldn't be able to go on YouTube, just scroll all these different channels of this going against the indoctrination, and this is my favorite subject, obviously, is the melt. But I do want to thank all of y'all. I can't really say it enough. Y'all keep me doing this. And start a channel. You can tell I'm not a professional at any of this crap, right? I just slowly learn just different things. But even if you're shy, I'm shy. I mean, I'd like to talk to people in the world and stuff, but this was not. I did not intend to do this, but I had to. I mean, there's so many that just had to. So yeah, no fear. Like I said before, just do it if you can, and if you can't, that's fine too. Just watch and like and share. So anyway, yeah, just deep thinkers. Well, try to be, man. Um, like I said, I get disappointed that I can't do it more often, but I do. Everybody needs breaks, right? Um, from everything. I just want to go. Sometimes I just want to go sit out in the middle of the field for hours and not think about anything. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I need to do something else. Maybe make another video. But I appreciate it. And again, I appreciate it, everybody. And hopefully it will be no later than 2 weeks before I do another short stream with or without somebody. Peace within, everybody. See you.